there's always a cervical spine injury with a concussion. It's a very important point. And ignoring that for a period of time is not something that I ever felt comfortable with. And I remember you discussing how you would address it, and that found out to be very fascinating. Yeah, hasn't explained that.
So we're talking about like the first aid to the child, to the adult, to whomever suffered this, and really the understanding is that like when they fall and let's say they had an impact to the head, if you could imagine these being the plates of the skull, if you impacted the one, it's going to distort. Now, if we remove that part of the brain or that part of the skull away, what we'd see is really finely shaped cartilage, similar to like what you see in your ear. And that's what directs the cerebral spinal fluid, which feeds the brain, but also gets rid of waste products. You know, it's kind of like a fish in a fish tank gets all the food out of the water, but it poops in the water too. Kind of that same simple idea, but it allows that fluid to flow properly. But the moment that is distorted, now we're going to change that cerebral spinal fluid flow. So just as we see like an infant that's born vaginally and they have their head distorted, how does that head resolve? It resolves by breastfeeding. In this scenario, what we want to do is kind of replicate that. We want to drink something thick through a straw and activate that sucking process, because what that literally will do is help those bones reestablish. Now, the one thing we talked about earlier is we talked about glutathione. So we prefer it not to be like a chocolate shake from the hamburger place. But if we could do like a green smoothie, is one of the best resources for glutathione is going to be dark green leafy vegetables. So we could do like a green smoothie and suck something thick through a straw. That's
So you maybe even like a big dollop of almond butter would go into the smoothie. You'd put it into like a NutriBullet, like a nice thick, right? Without adding sugar, right? It doesn't have sugar. You could add some yogurt in there. You can add some coconut cream. I mean, you could make it thick.
Right.